Hello, Scorpio. Let's see what's coming in for you for mid-August. So we're starting with, wow, the Star card. Beautiful. The Three of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. Interesting. These are clarified by the Seven of Cups. The Ten of Swords. Wow. And the Four of Wands. Four of Cups, Four of Wands. Really interesting. It's not the end of the story at this point, but let's see what's coming in. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. That's a very powerful card. Page of Swords, Two of Pentacles under there, the Temperance. You've got some interesting energies playing out at this time. It's really interesting, Scorpio. But that Queen of Wands is a very powerful card. She is a queen, so it's more of an internal focus, that yin energy. But there's so much power here. There's conviction in who you are and what you're standing for. There's that real fierce warrior queen energy that I'm picking up in her today. This sense of confidence, knowing who you are and what you want and where you stand in your world right now. It's really strong, really, really powerful energy to oversee this read and this time. Underneath that, with the Page of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, there's some new idea you've started on, or you've started down a path of some kind of new inspiration. It's early stages, so you're still weighing up how this is going to play in your life. And this Temperance under there is asking you to just maintain your balance at this time. It feels like there's no need to make a decision about this right now. Keep weighing up your options, keep figuring out how you want to move forward, but do keep nurturing this new idea, this new inspiration that you have. Let it sort of hang out in the background, because that's the energy that I'm feeling from those. They are underneath this Queen of Wands. At the moment, this powerhouse energy is kind of more dominant and it's more action orientated. It's like, even though it's an internal energy, it's like there's something going on within you that's taking more of your focus right now. And so this new inspiration is kind of in the background, and it's okay for it to sit there right now. What I'm sensing, especially with that Temperance card, is that you don't need to be afraid that this new idea you've had, this recent inspiration that's having to take a bit of a back seat, is going to fall away. It's going to still be there when you go back. You don't need to worry about it disappearing on you. So while you've got this queen energy kind of driving you through this mid-August period, it's okay to focus on that and to keep that energy moving forward, because you do have some interesting things going on. We're starting with a really big card in the current situation with this Star card, coupled with this Seven of Cups. This is a really interesting energy. The Seven of Cups are all about all of your hopes and dreams kind of hanging in the sky. It's like you haven't landed on one, but this is an opportunity for your wishes to come in. What I'm sensing with these two cards, it's essentially saying the universe is ready to grant you a wish, but you need to decide what it is that you really want. This is important whenever the Star card comes in. You really need to know what it is you're wanting, what it is you're asking the universe to bring in, because the universe is going to hear you, and it's going to hear you at a more subconscious level. So if you think you know what you want, but your subconscious is saying it wants something different, you need to be aware of that, because the Star card may actually bring in what your subconscious is asking for. So if you think you're wanting new love in your life, but your subconscious is pushing everyone away, the universe is going to match that pushing away energy rather than bringing in new love. It doesn't have to just be about love. It can be about absolutely anything. It's just a reminder that what's happening below the surface is going to be heard more clearly by the universe than what your conscious mind is saying, even if you're repeating it 100 times a day, every day. Now, this feels really important, this deciding what it is that you want, because this energy is saying that your wishes really can come in. And because you have this powerhouse Queen of Wands energy, it's like you are in a position right now to make things happen. And at an energetic level, subconscious level, which means that it will start manifesting probably after this time. It's like this mid-August period is when you can start putting into action the unconscious level of bringing your wishes into manifestation, if that makes sense. It's like this is where you're laying the foundations for your wishes to come true. And it's not until we maybe get towards the end of August, even into September, before you start seeing the results of this. So you want to be present now to bring these wishes in your near future. So really figure out what it is you want, what it is your subconscious is saying, to make sure you're in alignment at the deepest level. You don't want all these wishes to remain castles in the sky, because that is one of the messages of the Seven of Cups. If all of your wishes are hanging in the air and you haven't landed on one of them, The Star card, the universe, is going to hear this kind of wishy-washy mashup of things, and you're not going to really get any of your wishes. You might get a little bit of each one, but nothing's going to come in completely. So really make sure you figure out what you want. This is, again, super important given the influencing energies. You have the Three of Pentacles clarified by the Ten of Swords. Very big changes happening in your world, particularly in your relationships, possibly in your work environment as well. When I say relationships, this could be relationships with your colleagues, your sort of friend group, but not like the really close soul bonded friends. This Three of Pentacles is relationships at a kind of more superficial level, but they're still important people to you. These guys are traveling together. They're playing together. They're working at their travel problems along the way. You know, they're cooking their meals together. They're on a journey together. Even if they're not deeply heart-centeredly connected, they are still connected. These are the areas that things are changing in. There is going to be some dramatic ending going on here. The Ten of Swords is the death of the ego. What I'm sensing is you are going through a powerful transformation, especially as it relates to your wishes. You're starting to figure out what it is you want. And with this Queen of Wands energy, as I said, you're very confident in who you are right now. You're really starting to see who you are and how you want to live your life. And by seeing that clearly, you're now recognizing the wishes you want to bring in and what you want to leave behind. And with that death of the ego, as you're going through a transformation, you're going to recognize that there are relationships around you that are no longer serving you. They might be suitable companions in the workplace, but they're probably going to fall away naturally because they're not going to be in resonance with your energy as you begin to transform. So it's okay to let these relationships go. This isn't something you need to hold on to because you're never going to have this kind of friendship again or anything like that. It's not that deep. This is a lessening of your grip on the familiar relationships that you've had around you simply because they're not serving you anymore. If you keep holding on to these kinds of relationships, they'll just sort of drag you back down. You're still evolving. You're still going to keep growing. It's just they'll hold you back a little bit. They'll slow your progress down. This is the chance. This is the time to really let go of those people, those relationships that just aren't fulfilling you anymore. And it's not about being selfish. This is about recognizing what truly resonates with you. And honestly, it's going to be the same for them. If they're sort of stuck in their own lower energies, they might get a bit offended if you're spending less time with them or being less social with them, or whatever. But ultimately, if they're not willing to grow with you, it's best for them to be let go from your life anyway, so that they can find people they are willing to grow with. And you'll be able to continue on your own journey of growth at your own pace instead of being held back by these people that are just dragging you down. They're not your responsibility is the main key here. You need to focus on what you want and how you want to move forward in your life. Hold on to this powerful Queen of Wands energy. As I said, this is a process. This is not going to be resolved during this mid-August period, but it's a very pivotal time. And I've been getting that a lot with my reads. This feels like a really pivotal moment. This August, mid to late August, feels like it's our time to really make the decisions about how we want to move forward in our life. And astrologically, and I'm not an astrologer, but astrologically, I understand this year going into next year as well, really pivotal moments in human history. So at a larger global level and at an individual level, we are all shifting and changing, and this is our time to choose the path that we want to take. And it might seem subtle. It might not seem like that big a deal if there are people around you that you're sort of going, you know what, I don't really want to hang out with them that much anymore. It might not seem like that big a deal, but at a higher level, in the greater scheme of things, and that's what I'm picking up with this Star card, this is laying the foundation for something much bigger, much higher. This is setting your path for the rest of your life, for the rest of your spiritual journey, for the rest of your evolution as a human being. So really choose who you want to go forward with on this journey. Now, these two fours are very cool. They actually help tell this story really beautifully because there may be a sense of discontent as you move through this. These are your outcome cards. So you may end up leaving people behind, or you may end up feeling like you're kind of stuck a bit. You can't really see the way out. This Four of Cups is a card of discontent, disquiet, of boredom, just feeling a little bit stuck in the sameness of a situation. And it's asking you to keep your heart open, because there is a gateway opening for you. This Four of Wands is the 1111 gateway. So the other message of this Four of Cups is about meditation, about taking this time when you're feeling a little bit stuck to just go quiet and still and really connect in with what your wishes are, with what you want to take with you going forward, making sure that you don't block off your heart. The universe wants to bring you blessings. These are the stars coming in, the stars aligning. Wow, these are the stars aligning. They want to bring your wishes in. They want to shower you with blessings to bring you this new love. And you're not going to be able to feel it if your heart's closed off. But all of this is part of this next step that I've just been talking about. This 1111 gateway is the very first step of the next stage of your life. These guys are celebrating. It's a party. It's a celebration. It's a wedding. It's a time to celebrate the beginning of a new stage of your life. So this is saying if you do have a moment where you're feeling a bit stuck, a bit frustrated, can't really see the way out, your heart's a bit closed off, I feel like these cards are just asking you to recognize that this is how it's meant to be, and it's actually a chance to celebrate because something is shifting within you. There are choices to make. That feels like it comes before this moment. This is, as I said, this is the outcome. So if you are in a space where you've sort of turned inwards, you've stepped away from the people around you, you've stepped away from a situation that's feeling uncomfortable, feeling boring and too samey, like you're sort of stuck in a bit of a hamster wheel, and you've gone really quiet and you can't quite find your joy, that's going to be like your signal that you are about to step through into a new phase of your life. So don't be concerned if you do get stuck in that energy for a short time. Welcome it in. It's part of this journey. You are leaving behind something that you no longer need. This, as I said, this Ten of Swords is the death of the ego. It's the ending of an old part of you that you don't need anymore, and you're moving into something so much more beautiful. I should tell you, I'm going to pull 3 advice cards now and then 3 final message cards, but I should tell you, when I was shuffling this deck, this Wild Reflections deck, the Six of Wands fell out twice. I nearly kept it aside for you as part of your read, but it felt like it needed to be continued through the shuffle. And I thought if it was going to come out again, it would come out again. But ultimately, it was telling me that there's going to be a victory through all of this. You are going to get to that point of victory and celebration and recognition for your success in this journey through the mid-August period. So hold on to that Queen of Wands energy, Scorpio, because you are a powerhouse through this time and you're going to be so fine. The first card that came out is the Ace of Pentacles. This feels like in your advice. Oh, look, we got the Six of Wands. It's in a different deck, but it definitely wanted to come out. That's perfect. I kind of felt like it was going to at some point. I love that it came out again. Oh, okay, we're already here. The Hermit just flipped out. Before I could even talk about the Ace of Pentacles, these 2 cards wanted to come out as well. This is really interesting. 3 very different energies. Well, the Hermit and the Ace of Pentacles are sort of giving a similar flavor. Wow, at the moment we've got the Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck too. Same sort of energy. So the Ace of Pentacles, immediately I got the message to welcome in something new into your life. If you're moving away from friendship groups or from a work situation, this Ace of Pentacles is asking you to embrace something new, some kind of new offer coming your way, to plant something new into the world, planting a new seed. But this is asking you to be patient and allow it to grow slowly. It's a bit like this Four of Cups energy that I'm picking up. There may, as I said, come a time where you're feeling a little bit stagnant, like things aren't shifting and you're just a little bit bored, frustrated, and a little closed off. This is the time to celebrate, because from this energy, this Ace of Pentacles is going to grow. A new pathway is going to open up before you, but you just need to be patient with this. Allow it to grow slowly and steadily. That has been a big key message through these mid-August reads. The universe, the energy is asking us all to be patient through this time, to allow things to grow slowly and steadily. Don't rush anything, because rushing can cause a little bit of chaos, and it can actually slow the progress down if we rush too quickly, because we'll have to backtrack and go through it again. So nice and slow, but welcome in new change, welcome in new opportunities, new things coming your way. This again, as I said, victory, celebration, and recognition for who you are and what you've accomplished. And the Hermit, this feels so connected to this Star and this Seven of Cups card. Again, this is asking you to go within, to follow your inner light. What is it you want? Where do you want to go? Let yourself be your guide here. You've got this Queen of Wands energy. You have the power, the strength, the courage, and the conviction to take your own path here. And you have the light of the Hermit to guide your way. You don't need to see the whole way. That's part of this Ace of Pentacles energy. You don't need to see your end point. You only need to see the next couple of steps and to trust that the rest will open up as it comes. One step at a time. Each step will open up. That light, that lantern will shine your path and you'll be fine. Just so you know, I'm going to keep shuffling, but this Hanged Man energy is also asking you to see this from a higher perspective. Taking that time out to go within, which we have with that Four of Cups and this Hermit card, and just seeing this from a higher perspective. If you are feeling a bit stuck, a bit stagnant, a bit frustrated with the situation you're in or the people around you, try to find a higher perspective on it. Gain a bit of awareness. Recognize that the people around you, if they're making trouble for you or making things difficult for you, there's a reason for that, and it just may simply be that it's time to step away from them with that Ten of Swords energy. It's really interesting. And it's going to require a bit of that self-awareness, but that's why this Queen of Wands is here. It's saying that you have this. And remember, there's something really special waiting in the background for you to move through this energy. This Page of Swords feels connected to this Ace of Pentacles, and it's you just weighing up how you want to move forward. It's weighing up your wishes. What is it you want to bring in? How do you want to move forward in your life? I love this read, Scorpio. Very powerful. It is going to require you to be quite present this month, to be very conscious of who you are and what you want, and to be discerning about the people around you, the situations around you, so that you can figure out what you want to move forward with and what you want to leave behind. As I said, that Queen of Wands energy, you've got this. The Empress just slipped out as one of your 3 final message cards. She has that golden scepter. Everything she touches turns to gold. She's a powerhouse. Okay, wow. Okay, you got the 7 of Swords, and then the Knight of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune both flipped out at the same time. Really powerful energies. Bottom of the deck. Okay, we've got the 5 of Swords. I'm going to have a look at that. The Knight of Pentacles under there. It's another card of just taking things nice and slow. Interesting. Okay, this feels like it's sort of telling the whole story for me, these 4 cards. This Empress is, she's a very grounded powerhouse. She has that powerhouse energy that the Queen of Wands has, but she's less action orientated. She's very content with what she has, and yet she is still creating more. She's creating the life that she wants. She's the mother energy, the maternal mother, birthing new life into the world. She's creating the world that she wants with that golden scepter. As I said, everything she touches turns to gold. It's that Midas touch. You have this powerful yin energy supporting you. Everything you touch can turn into something absolutely beautiful. You do need to be mindful of the people around you and the situations around you. That 7 of Swords energy is a little bit of that trickster energy. He's stealing the swords so that they can no longer fight. There's 2 sides to that. I do sometimes get that trickster energy, and I'm picking it up a little bit here. There's just a sense of reflecting what I was feeling with the people around you. There may just be people around you that it's time to let go of. It's time to walk away. This is also about de-escalating a situation without conflict. This is being warned by this 5 of Swords, because when conflict arises in this energy, nobody wins. The losers of the fight obviously have lost the fight, but the person who wins loses their friends. You want to find a way out of that without having to resort to fighting. So this is one of those ways, and he's surrounded by gold. This is reflecting this Empress energy. You have the insight and the experience and the wisdom and the ability right now to de-escalate this situation, and you can take your time with it. You don't need to rush this, but you have the ability to do that right now without creating a worse conflict, without having to lose out in any way. Interestingly, you have the Knight of Swords, which is the polar opposite to this Knight of Pentacles. He's the slowest knight in the deck. This Knight of Swords is the fastest knight of the deck. He can be a little reckless. I feel like this card has come in as a bit of a warning, this Knight of Swords, to be mindful of rushing in headlong without paying attention to what's going on around you. This is your time to choose your destiny. The Wheel of Fortune has come in, letting you know that destiny is at play here. But with all of the cards in this story that I'm seeing playing out, you are hand in hand with the universe right now, co-creating with the universe. The Empress, bookending this Wheel of Fortune. This is you, this is the universe. You are working together to create the life you want. The universe feels like it's going to come in quite hard and fast to bring in what you need and what you want. You need to go nice and slow. You need to find unusual ways to de-escalate conflict, to move away from situations that no longer serve you. And this card, this Knight of Pentacles, is asking you to go slow and steady, to take your time with this, plant the seeds for something new, follow your inner light, and trust that the universe will meet that slow-paced energy with this fast Knight of Swords energy. You don't want to skip ahead to this, because that's where that recklessness can trip you up a little bit. You can trust the universe is going to bring in the energy that you need. It's going to bring in the path that you need to take, as long as you go nice and slow and steady on your own, and just be open to what's coming in. Remember that Four of Cups. Keep your heart open to allow the universe to move you in the direction you need to go. But these three cards, these advice cards, especially with that Hermit, are letting you know that you have the insight to move yourself forward, and the universe will bring in that destiny to meet you along the way. This is very cool, Scorpio. Have an amazing time through mid-August. Best of luck.